I believe you can get rich with $2,000 in crypto. Even with how coins have already went up, there is still time. But you must know these three things or you'll get left behind. So I'm going to give you three strategies I'm currently using right now to hopefully print by 2025. Now firstly, I need you to answer this important question. If you have $2,000 to invest, what is the dollar value you're looking for by 2025? Because if you don't know what this is, well, you won't do as well as what you think. So before we even dive into this video, I want you to close your eyes. Imagine how much you have invested into the market, plus how much more do you plan to invest in? Oi, stop looking at the screen. We said eyes closed. And here's the most important part. What are you looking for in terms of return by the end of the bull run? But here's really what I want you to do. With that same dollar value you have, I want you to ask yourself, what are you going to do with that? Do you want to buy that new house? Maybe you're eyeing up a new car? Or maybe you just want to pay off some old debt to take the stress off your shoulders. Okay, you can open up your eyes now. Now, your gains are going to hugely depend on two things. How much have you got currently invested in the market, and what coins are you currently riding? Because in the last bull run, I wanted to exit with that 1 million to 1.5 million, and I remember this vividly. I skiffed 950 grand, and the biggest mistake I told myself, okay, well, just 50k more and I'm shaving off profits heavily. And what happened? Well, we never got there. Bear market kicked in, and a lot of people like myself didn't know at the time, but a couple of months from that point, reality would set in. And I can honestly tell you, it's one of the most depressing times of my life. I was so confused, I thought I was the smartest guy here in crypto. I thought I'd played the market like a boss, and in reality, it picked me up, it chewed me like a fly, and it spit me back out. And I read everything back down. Now, if this is your first rodeo, I really want you to have profits ready at certain numbers for your coins that you currently have. Because I promise you, this seems to be the hardest part of the game. And mainly as males, I think we let greed control ourselves, especially when it comes to money. So I want you to ask yourself this question. Why are you currently in crypto? I'll just give you 5 seconds or so. Just pause. I'm guessing, like me, it's to make money for stuff we just went over. Quit your job and all that kind of good stuff. So the first strategy is simple. Do this. Now again, I've got two more key strategies you're going to need to really exit this bull run by 2025 successfully, but the first step, and it's the simplest one, and it's securing the bag. If you do not secure this bag, you're going to do exactly what I did in the last bull run. You'll make hundreds of thousands of dollars on paper, but going to ride it all the way back down to square one. And again, the worst part about that is everybody around you in 2025 will be asking you, hey, Jeffrey, you made so much money in crypto, right? And you'll be in one of two positions. You'll be like, yeah, I read that bad boy up and I quit my job. Or you'll be like me and simply you didn't want to talk about it. And honestly, everything regarding crypto depressed me because I knew where I coulda, woulda, shoulda been, but I held this thing on. So you must secure the bag in any coin you're in. No one goes broke taking profits. So here's the principle to a successful bull run, brother. And I wanted to kind of map this out in the simplest way possible. I've got kind of 3 steps and I think they're so important. You can just use number 1, by the way, and you'll make so much money. But combining this with 2 and 3, a little bit riskier. But that's where you can really take that 2k and honestly $1 million if you play this right. Now, I would say 10 assets max, especially on $2,000. You can't do damage on a low value portfolio. That's not to be a discredit, but if you only have $2,000 and you split that into 50 alts, what's the math on that? How much money have you got in those altcoins? Not a lot. Even with 10, it's just $200, but you can still do value. And most likely with 50 altcoins, your first bull run, you're not going to be able to manage it. So here's what I would do. I would start with a safe place that we know will give us a return, then go down smaller market caps. E.g., you might go down coin market cap and you might look for the 1/3 of your money, $700 or so, or 666, the magic number, and you buy. And then the second one, you go down AI or gaming and you buy 1/3, 1/3, 1/3. Because what you can do at this point is you don't have to hodl this. You can if you want and you'll make money, but you can get in and out. Now, this magical little thing shared by this little legend, the Secret Cycles of Crypto, always recommend to follow him on Twitter. You can compound gains and turn small initial investments, e.g. your $200 in these coins, into life-changing wealth. And you can get crazy with this if you want, but I would do this a maximum 2 times over if you're new, and you'll be completely done. Again, no one gets hurt taking profit. Do not be like me. So you've got your altcoins. In this example, you have 8 altcoins. One of your altcoins pumped. You can either go to Bitcoin or you can sell that and you can buy another unpumped altcoin. For example, this portfolio I share with you guys on the channel, the goal is to hit 100k. And not the best coins that I would want to buy right now, but I still believe that we will get there. This has touched 20k or so, so a 5x I think is quite reasonable, although I would love to swap some coins over, and I will be doing that in the actual 2025 run. But as of right now, I'm happy with these positions. I've got a meme position that is not doing that well, but Myro, we'll see if that one can perform. there'll be more meme seasons. We can see what we can do with this one. But after this, what you want to do is you can come and swap some coins. So if Bitcoin goes first, Ethereum goes second, etc. Let's say you have Solana. Solana does another 4 or 5x. And let's just say, God forbid, XRP holders are having a hard time right now. Let's just say you believe in it and you want to ride it. You take your profits, you bank some, and then you get an XRP with some of those initial gains. And what that can do, guys, is that can just give you this flywheel of gains. I would do this maximum 2 times over. And that's how you take that $2,000 into crazy gains. Now, step number 2, if you want to play this game, is you can become the exchange. This is a very new concept that was brought to us in our private community. One of our big guys, Parker, he shared this with us. He made a full lecture on this. You can check it out if you want in the link in the description. But it was crazy, the amount of money this guy is making, and he shared everything. So I want to ask yourself the question, who makes the most money in crypto? And the answer is the exchanges. Coinbase, Binance, KuCoin, all these guys make the most money. Now, you can literally become them. I'll give you 2 examples without going in full depth. Again, you guys can just look at this. DeFi is pretty much what this guy's doing and what we're doing in the private community with some extra funds. You can come on here and you can get some crazy yields without taking any risk, if that makes sense. Yes, there's always a little bit of risk that Turbo Finance does go down, or you can use platforms like Camino. If you believe Render, for example, in this position, and Solana are going to do well, you can get exposed to these assets. Chances are you already have them anyways. Again, have some in your hardware wallets, etc. But you can come and get 22% APY. You can come on Turbine Finance, and if you just want to hold USDC in the Sushi coin, you can come and get 114% APY. This changes all the time. But again, this guy is actively printing this, and he's coming in here, and then he's rolling over to other plays, etc. But he is making a shit ton of money in this, and I've just started to deploy some capital, and a lot of guys in our group are deploying into these as well for assets that we're already holding long term. And you can't really lose here as long as you're shaving off profits. The next thing I'll do is kind of like a hybrid version, and it's compounding by ditching the hodl mindset. So we created this thing, again, not to sell you this. You guys can use your own strategy if you want. It's just a little bonus extra. This would have saved me that 950k. So we have a DCA indicator in our private community where it literally shows you, and it's pretty much god blimmin' so accurate. For example, Illumium here, I believe in this long term. I only do in this projects that I believe in long term. We've got DC entries here in the 4 hourly. We took profits up here. We got back in here and we're already up massively. ICP is another one that we like. DCAs, flunged up here, took profits, we're back in the game. You know, BNB, small DCA, minus, you're out the game. So you can use trading more for swing trading. I call this a DCA method because we literally called it DCA minus. And you can use this to go and live your real life, or you can use this to compound and compound and compound. Now, obviously, if you don't have an indicator, I would highly recommend checking ours out, or I would recommend, going doing some research, finding your own strategy. But for something like this, it literally tells us exactly what to do, and it's not really been wrong yet. Again, I'm only doing this on assets I hold long term, and I believe in them. I'm not doing this on Myro, I'm not doing this on Dogecoin, although you can. Just for me, I don't want to hold assets just in case this is wrong. So that is what I would recommend for those 3 strategies. That being said, there's still one main problem, and it's this. You now know 3 proven ways to print this bull run, but honestly, you're running low on time. Luckily for you, I made this video here where in a step-by-step manner in under 100 days, you can have everything you need to exit 2025 with all of the money, unlike praying and hoping that your altcoin does well.